Hey everybody, Steve Fredland here with my musings on being results-oriented versus decision-oriented. I see this all the time at the poker table. Somebody has 7 deuce, they fold it like they should, and then they would have won a big pot because it somehow made a straight or a full house or 2 pair, and they kind of kick themselves saying, man, I should have played my 7 deuce. So they're being focused on the results rather than focused on what was the right decision over the long term. And the other way around too, you see people have pocket aces and they play them and they lose a pot and they said, man, I should have just folded my pocket aces, because they're being focused on the results rather than the decision. And I'm seeing that throughout life now. Whenever I see that, now that I've experienced that at the poker table, I see that in life where people are saying, man, I should have done this because it would have turned out that way, or I shouldn't have done this because it turned out the wrong way, rather than focusing on the decision. And as leaders of organizations, or even in your life, you have to look at what's the right decision for me to make at this time, and then trust that the results over the long run will accumulate to your advantage. You can't live with regret, and you can't second guess decisions that were the right decisions. For example, you go to college, you get a degree, you spend 4 years there, and you end up doing something that never required that degree, and so you can second guess yourself and say, man, what a bad decision to go to college, what a waste of time and of money and of energy, even though it maybe was the right decision, even though it turned out you didn't actually use that degree. Or conversely, say that somebody comes up to you and says, hey, give me $10,000, you can invest in my business, and you don't have any money, you can barely pay the rent, and so you clearly, the right decision is not to do that because you have to take care of your family. And then down the road, that investment would have grown to $300,000, and you're kicking yourself saying, I made the bad decision. Well, that's being results-oriented. I think as a society, as people, as business leaders, as nonprofit leaders, we need to look and say, let's focus on what's the right decision and put in the right energy, put in the right effort, put in the right time to make sure that we continually make the right decisions, even though an individual decision may not have turned out the way that we had hoped. I think genius at the core is constantly making right decisions. Some of those are going to go for you, some of those are going to go against you, but if you continue to make the right decisions, it greatly increases the odds that you're going to have success, whatever success means for you. So for us, our job is to own the decisions and to spend the time to make the right decisions and trust that continually making the right decisions is going to ultimately lead where we want to go.